to be totally unassuming. Like the church I'm at is called Our Lady of Assumption, and it's a neat conjecture to what are you assuming? Like basically with you, are you assuming anything at all? Really, like you're going around every day putting up posters, and we're trapped in this state of experience, and we're really looking for a big change, like a 360-degree view on what we're doing here, what's going on, and how do we want to live? What kind of a world do we want to live in? How do we want to live in this world? What's our being doing here?
How we want to live is completely moot. It has nothing to do with truth. Like, just love truth and everything falls into place. Look at the world.
Here. Like this life is a struggle. We're looking for resolve, for peace.
Well, that's why you need the truth.
Yeah,
so you can find where your struggle is.
You've got a website, and it's got the transcendental nature of God on it. I did read it, and it's incredible. It's really, really saying a lot. And we have this technology. So to me, just mentioning that could direct somebody to go and look at it, and they see that. So you understand the transcendental nature of God, which Eckhart Tolle said was blah blah blah, just mumbling, jumbling, stumbling on an explanation of what is God. And I know you say it's truth. So it comes down to what is truth. What is true, we know, is a relative reality.
Well, what we need to ask is, what is the lie? Like, the truth is easy. The is no leaf falls randomly.
That's quite an incredible contemplation, really.
Well, it becomes simpler when you see the entirety of all of existence as a single object. Like, there's nothing that isn't an extension of the singular motion that composes the universe. I am it, you are it. And so the mortal extensions just can have varying levels of sanity and insanity and wisdom and naivety. But ultimately, the truth doesn't care about the opinions of mortality. That there is only one thing, and so we get to enjoy the fact that insanity exists. And so we have basically a whole planet of humans who think they are magically special, and in all of their reasoning and individual conjectures about their daily lives that they live through are burdened with a madness that pretends humans are unlike all other life in a capacity to originate thought, that my ego has an individual will. I am David apart from everyone else making the choices of, which is of course absurd.
But to get along with conditions as they are, like it's a pain. Like listening to the demands which I see that are placed on me by this circumstance. Like I'm limited. I'm under control. Like I've got all these attachments. Like I'm not free. Like we're not in a free state.
Well, patience be with you.
Patience. I do say that a lot, quite a bit. Patience, like trying to get it right. Like I said, like we need to get a motivation going that is going in the right direction. It can't just be a war all the time. Like witnessing all the battlegrounds and all the struggles. It can't, like, where is the fulfillment of mankind? Like what is to be our future?
To break the lie.
Break the lie.
Yeah, it's not to find the truth. The existence is already here. There's a lie that's discombobulating us, and it's attached to things like rage. Like the ultimately, because no leaf falls randomly, because the universe is a single object ruled by a singular will, that of a falling motion. Just by the nature of motion, we are what we are. But it means it highlights the lie being that there's this thing called evil, and it's normal and natural to rage at it or be afraid of it, when in fact everything that can be considered evil is just insanity. Like no one perpetrating those acts in and of themselves is the originator of the thought processes that led to their psychotic behavior. Like they are a conduit of motion just as everyone else. And so in knowing that they're not evil and that they're just insane, that kills the capacity to hate. And so when we break the lie, that's the effect, that in the material world is that humans will no longer have the capacity to hate. And so that brings about a horrible tribulation, that brings peace on earth eventually, but it also means that people can't be held hostage even at the sake of their survival anymore. Like, survival becomes secondary to sanity.
Wow. That's quite a view. That would be quite a vision of the world that is really trapped like that, trapped in the lie of existence, and the lie carries with it though its disciplines, and so collectively we're stuck in this state of living a lie.
Well,
and trying to tell the truth, and who wants to? They say, "What do you mean truth?" Like, what is the truth? I haven't got time to listen to your whole story of how you got to be you, and everybody's got a different story, and it goes on forever. We need to get through this. We need to get like a concise directive out and with that we can live with and have some kind of joy here in survival, instead of just witnessing this war and struggle constantly without dying. Like you can see why people get together and die. They can't take it anymore. The struggle's too big.
Yeah, and then they let themselves go a different kind of bad crazy.
You haven't done that. You've maintained. You don't use money. You haven't used money for the 20 some years that I've known you, and you're very. People don't believe that, but it is true, and I'm a witness to it. And you're maintaining. You're hanging on. You're putting up posters. You ran for mayor last year. But I keep saying, well, where's the results? Like, where are we getting? Like, how do we get the people involved in discussing reality as it is and the reality that we want to live in?
Well, you shine with the truth bright enough that when the devil comes and says you're with me or against me, you have a general groundwork of what to say no to.
Yeah, don't sell your soul to the devil.
Or don't give the last grain anyway.
I remember that. I thought, there's always some part of me that holds back, and I said that's my sanctuary, where I find that point where I'm basic in it. So, all right. So here we are. We're in Victoria, BC. This is, as Ed called it, Victory City, and we're looking for an audience. Thank you.
Patience be with us.
How are you both?